WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
In the WSJM Newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. Good morning. Here are some of the local stories we're following for you. As it's been reported this week, Whirlpool Corporation is planning to lay off about 1,000 salaried workers globally. That information from a Reuters interview with Whirlpool CFO Jim Peters. It's not known how many of those employees are in the Benton Harbor area, and the company has not yet informed all affected employees. But according to sources, those announcements are expected to begin early next week. As we've reported, the company announced the first round of layoffs in March with the promise of a second wave to be completed by early May. Now, the company is telling shareholders they'll find $400 million in cost cuts this year. Whirlpool has about 59,000 employees globally. It also reported a 3.4% drop in first quarter net sales. Whirlpool's stock has taken a big hit in recent days. They closed yesterday under $95 per share. They're usually north of 100 by a good amount. That $95 per share is down about 26% over the past year. A water and sewer rate increase has been approved by St. Joseph City Commissioners. City Manager John Hodgson tells us there are two types of rates, those for city residents and those for non-city residents who are in the system. Commissioners earlier this month approved a system-wide increase. This week's action focuses on city rates.
City Commission considered rates for the city water and the city sewer, and they continued with the rate increases that were calculated last year, confirmed to be appropriate this year, which is 7% on the water side and 13% on the sewer side.
Hodgson says this rate increase has been planned as the city pays for ongoing infrastructure work.
There's a great deal of work taking place on infrastructure. You see the road construction projects that are going on, and there's water and sewer work that takes place as part of that. In addition, there are some pretty significant expenses now and continuing for the future for lead water service replacements that are required by the state.
The overall increase for a typical residential account, about $3.24 per quarter for water and $9.88 per quarter for sewer. When viewed together with the system water rate approved last month, the increase in overall utility bills for city customers up about 8.8% for typical accounts. Additional rate hikes will be needed, city officials say, in the next few years. Berrien County Animal Control is rebranding. County Commissioner Jim Curran told colleagues this week the County Administration Committee has heard from Berrien County Animal Shelter Manager Ashley Herr about efforts to better market the department. Among other things, they want to give the shelter a brand new name.
She put together a list of suggested names, and their staff came up with three, and she gave us the one that they liked the best. The three that they came up with was Berrien County Animal Resource Center, Berrien County Animal Shelter, Berrien County Animal Services and Adoption Center. And the staff came up with the third one. That's the one they liked the best.
So the Berrien County Animal Services and Adoption Center is the recommendation.
I like it. Bit of a long name.
A bit of a long name. County Administrator Brian Dissett joked at the time, maybe it was a joke, maybe it wasn't, that they should have gone with Berrien Animal Resource Center because the initials, Berrien Animal Resource Center, bark. B-A-R-C.
I like it.
You know, because animals bark.
That's a great idea.
Dogs bark. Anyway, he said that's a missed opportunity. Curran said a resolution with the new logo for Berrien County Animal Control and the name change for the shelter will be coming soon to the commissioners to approve. Maybe there will be additional discussion there.
I like the bark idea.
See, bark.
I think toss that in the hat and maybe put it to a vote.
Give it a consideration, another consideration. We'll see. And finally, USA Silver Beach over in St. Joseph as one of the top 10 beaches in Michigan.
Nice.
Have you heard about this? Berrien County Parks Director Jill Adams told county commissioners yesterday that her staff was recently contacted by the publication about its poll.
The USA Today travel experts actually choose to vote, to cast our vote and choose.
Yeah. So Adams said as of Thursday morning, Silver Beach was in third place in Michigan.
Nice.
The list of beaches is actually very incredible. So I would encourage you to go on and check out all the beaches that were nominated.
Yeah, voting continues through May 20th. We have a link to the voting page at our website, WSJM.com.
All right.
But I think we should talk about this maybe in one of our, maybe in the next few minutes, we can talk about the beaches that were nominated and how we're doing locally so far.
Let's do it.
In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg.
Dave Wolf has sports in just a moment. Right now, let's find out what's happening around the nation and the world with ABC News.
ABC News, I'm Sherry. Press.
All right. Good morning, everyone.
Hooah!
Hooah!
Hooah! What a beautiful morning.
That's an Al Pacino thing, right?
Hooah! Yeah.
I think he had a birthday the other day.
I thought you were going to say, I think he trademarked that, and now
I
we're going
think
to
he
have to pay.
trademarked that, yeah.
We're going to have to pay royalties. On
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he did.
it. It'd be smart.
Because when I think it was Travis Kelce got smart after spending time with his girlfriend Taylor Swift.
Yes.
About the importance of business.
Yes.
Because all of a sudden he started trademarking certain phrases and certain things that he does and certain names, or at least attempting to trademark them. And one of them was "All right now."
Really?
Yeah. He says "all right now," and he was able to. I don't know if he was able to get it approved,
But he's applied for it.
But he applied for it. Yeah. It's just like, because he just says it all the time. He's like, "All right now." Like, why can't I trademark the "here we go"?
Or you can trademark ooh.
Or another one I do a lot is I do it usually when music is playing.
Yeah.
If I'm like working out somewhere, working in the shop or something, I'll just go. I used to do this all the time when I was in college. Used to build sets and stuff. We'd be listening to just whatever random playlist or radio, and I would go, "Oh yeah, good song," all the time.
I don't know. How do you feel about
Trademarking phrases?
Trademarking phrases. I mean, it's the language we speak.
I mean, I'm okay with trademarking it, but not enforcing it. So like if I have
just kind of getting the blue check mark.
Yeah, like if I have a special phrase that I do, if I wanted to make a t-shirt,
right, I
would like to make money off that t-shirt.
I see.
Instead of just anybody
making money.
Because I think at one point I remember there was another radio personality. There were certain phrases that Donald Trump had when he was doing his 2016 campaign, I believe. And some people looked it up, radio personality looked it up, and they're like, "Oh, he never trademarked these, and he's putting it on, t-shirts and this and that and the other." So the guy ended up scooping him, swooped in, and he trademarked it. So yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah, and that happens to people, because if you had something and you trademarked it, or if you have a business name even that is your business name, then Ray, also known as Dale, he said that should be trademarked.
Hello, Ray Dale.
Shout out again to Ray Dale,
and a big thank
for being
you
on the show.
Yeah, a big thank you for Ray, and thank you for the nice note that you left, and thanks for filling in. Really appreciate you. It because when we have a couple of people out of the newsroom, we need somebody to write the news,
right,
and do the news and that kind of thing. So Ray stepped up and helped out greatly. So we really, really appreciate him joining us.
Yeah, it's a one-time thing, though. He said, "Never again."
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I didn't get that part.
You didn't see that thing at the bottom of the note that he left you that says, "Lose my number"?
Make me get up at 3 a.m. again, and I will send hitmen to your house.
This is the first and last time I will do this for you.
It's a good experience. Everyone should go through it.
Yes. Yes, they should. They should.
No,
you should have just had me do the news. I'd have handled it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because you don't do enough already.
Right. I would have handled it. It would have been interesting, and it would probably been much shorter, because there would not have been as many stories that I would have had time to do. But
I tell you, people are worried about this Whirlpool Corporation announcement. Yeah. We often see the announcements of layoffs after they've happened.
Right. But not the looming, like there's this many, the numbers and all that.
Well, this one was unique in that the recent craze across corporations, HR, namely, is to announce layoffs in waves.
Yeah.
We're going to do the first wave, and then we're going to say, and we're going to do a second wave, and we'll tell you more about that in a month, which really to me is confounding, because what it does with employee morale,
Yeah, I was going to say
It's
morale
horrible.
is probably pretty low right now.
just horrible. I mean, employees own their attitudes
Mhm.
for sure,
Mhm.
and they should step up and focus on those things that they can control. But at the same time, to have that Damocles blade hanging over you
Yep.
is it's a huge challenge. And do you need to do that?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that's one thing that's been happening. And then
Raises
the numbers.
anxiety and worry for people.
It does. It does. And is that necessary?
Yeah.
But then the other thing you mentioned is the numbers that we've not seen before.
Right.
That they've ever put out numbers either before, during, or after. They
Mhm.
just said, we did it.
Yeah. I mean,
and move on. But this time information got out.
Yeah, because even too, like the any place I've ever worked is there's always that, oh, we're gonna have to cut back. We may have to get rid of some people.
Right.
And then there's that, well, I'm safe. I don't have to worry about it. No one's ever safe with that. You can't just assume that you're gonna be okay. So yeah, I'm certainly sure there's people that are stressing out a little bit about it.
Yeah. Yeah. So we feel for you. We empathize with you.
Absolutely.
And hang in there.
Yeah. We could use some people in our news department. You want to come? No, I'm kidding.
No, we can.
But
we can always use people.
do. Yeah.
Yeah. We can always use people.
We'll get back to the show here in just a moment.
All right.
Yeah. Thanks to everybody else for waking up, starting your day with us. Beautiful day yesterday. Got the lawn mowed. Ooh, looking fresh. But yeah, it was thick. There were some patches that were pretty thick, man. I'm pushing that mower and it's going.
You don't bag.
No.
So it's just chopping.
It's a mulcher. It will mulch it. So
sweet.
it does a pretty good job, not spitting out a bunch of grass everywhere.
Okay. Very nice.
Targets, barbets, varbids.
Barbet Farms and Greenhouse opening tomorrow.
Partly sunny skies for the start of the day, but we'll see increasing clouds as the day goes on, and chances of rain will start this afternoon and continue into this evening. Afternoon highs right around 64 degrees. Tonight we drop down to 58 with scattered showers and storms. And a few off and on scattered showers and storms on Saturday. We'll see some sun in between. It's going to be breezy and warm, and high temperatures around 75. I'm meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
It's the morning show on 94.9 WSJM.
Hey, good morning. Thanks everybody for listening, and of course listening on and watching on our live stream. Ken's got the how many shots of espresso did you do this morning?
Just the regular 4.
Just the regular 4?
Yeah.
4 is actually 8, correct?
No.
It's two
So
things?
2 shots of 2.
Okay.
2 double shots.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 double shots. And the reason I stayed with the normal is because for the last 3 days, whatever, since Monday, since Tuesday morning, I haven't had my regular espresso go.
You had the hotel coffee?
Well, I didn't even I didn't have
the university coffee.
I had the university coffee, and it was good. It wasn't my espresso, and it wasn't available until 8.
Not till 8?
Yeah. Well, that's what time we were supposed to show up.
Guys,
there.
do you know who we are? We're news people.
There were a ton of news directors in that room.
Oh yeah,
it was fun to connect with peers across the industry.
Very nice. And was it with just our company?
No,
there were other companies.
Well,
cool.
Yeah, public radio, private radio, a lot of television.
Neat.
News directors, business development folks.
Neat.
GM, couple of GMs.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was interesting. Good mix. Some Gen Z folks.
Oh, some Gen Zs. Very nice.
They were fun.
Very nice.
They were fun to talk to.
The kids, those little whippersnappers.
What do they want? They want more feedback.
They want more feedback.
But the feedback they're getting right now, they don't like.
More good feedback.
They want the good feedback.
All right. Well, what do we want to get to here? We were talking about the beach list.
Yeah. Let's talk about that.
And you talked about Silver Beach making the list for a pretty good prominent list for USA Today.
USA Today puts out a bunch of lists. I mean, it's kind of the list newspaper.
Yeah.
And one of the things they're doing right now, because we're almost into beach season, is a list of Michigan beaches. The top 10 beaches in Michigan is what they're looking for. So they put out this poll to, drive ad sales, but they put out a poll to have people vote on what beaches they think are the best in Michigan. And there's a list there of all those that you can vote for.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have a link to that story on our website and how to vote. But there are 20 beaches that they have picked to vote on all over the state. And as a matter of fact, Silver Beach County Park is in slot number 3 right now. We've received the 3rd most votes.
Nice.
Yeah. Other things on the list, if we look at the top 10 here, we're competing against our own Tiscornia Beach. That's risen up into the top 10.
Okay,
so that's good news. It's right across the water there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oval Beach in Saugatuck. Saugatuck. The Grand Haven City Beach in Grand Haven. Warren Dunes. So we've got a bunch here in Southwest Michigan. South Beach and South Haven.
Okay.
Then you got to go north to Sleeping Bear Dunes.
Ooh.
The National Lakeshore, up in Empire. Hunters Point Park in Copper Harbor. Where's that? Copper Harbor, Michigan.
Copper Harbor.
Yeah.
I think that's
jutting out into Lake Superior.
Ah, yes. This must be way up there then.
Silver Beach, and then First Street Beach in Manistee.
Okay.
And then so far holding number 1 up in Ludington is Stearns Park Beach.
Ooh.
So they must be, is that a better beach? I've not been to that one.
I've been to Ludington many times. And it is beautiful up there.
I think we can beat Ludington.
I think we could beat Ludington because I enjoy. I don't do this is like a beach is that a beach that's on Lake Michigan?
Yeah.
Because I'm like more of the inland lakes that are up that way.
Okay.
And the harbors.
Well, let me double check then. Yeah.
But yeah, it must be one of the ones.
Yeah, panoramic views of Lake
been.
Michigan, accessible walkways, facilities.
I drove by there recently, like in the last year, and it is beautiful. So I could say they may be a tough one to beat.
I don't know. I think what happens here is we've got St. Joseph, we've got South Haven, we've got Sawyer with Warren Dunes, St. Joseph again with Tiscornia. They're splitting our vote.
Yeah,
that's what they're doing.
So we need to decide which one here is our one that we want to,
elevate to the top. Yeah. Anyway, so that voting is happening for another, let me check the clock, 24 days, 4 hours, 39 minutes, and 27 seconds. So you have that long to vote for your best beach in Michigan.
What do we get if
a lot more tourists?
Yeah. I was going to say that's what is good about those rankings and those things, because you can say, hey, right when you pull into Silver Beach, you can have a little sign right there at the entrance say, oh, USA Today's best beach in Michigan.
Yeah. Yeah. So a lot of fun stuff to look at there. And, honestly, the list itself, as it is right now with the 20 beaches, it's a fun checklist. If you're just looking for family day trips, here's what we can go to.
I did see a picture the other day of the crews working to smooth out the beach. They're raking and driving the little, which I want that job. I need to call Jill and see if I can't at least jump in that vehicle. The vehicle that kind of goes and smooths it out and gets it kind of raked and ready.
I think you would call that the sand bony.
The sand bony? Ooh.
Right? Because you've got the dirt bony. You got the Zamboni for hockey. You've got the dirt bony for baseball fields and softball fields.
Yep.
And then sand bony.
I like it. I just want to drive one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should. Why not?
So, I mean,
what's the most damage you could do?
Right. Exactly.
Drive it into the water.
I'm going to make it better. I'm literally just driving and raking and smoothing out the beach to kind of get it ready to go. And I'm sure they're picking up any random sticks and
sunbathers
or anything like that. Sunbathers.
Yeah.
Beach towels, frisbees.
You're lucky like you would run over a beach towel and it would clog the machine right off the bat.
Oh yeah.
Be like turning the vacuum cleaner upside down.
Yeah, like when you vacuum your your rug and it has the little frills or whatever on the end.
Yeah, that's such a pain.
Not so good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll put our vote at WSJM.com and see which beach ends up being the best.
Yeah.
Even if we get in the top 5. I mean, I know we want number 1, but top 5. If we could get all of those beaches,
All of our area
all
beaches,
our
up
area
into the
beaches
top
into the
5.
top 5, that would be a win.
I wonder if they would say, no, we can't do that. Everything can't be in Southwest Michigan.
Yes,
I don't
they
know.
can.
And then we'd have to go for a recount.
They put it to the vote.
They did.
They
It's
let the
people's
public vote.
choice.
Yeah.
It's the people's choice. Nothing says springtime like Halloween decorations.
Yeah, what's up with that? Why do you have this in here?
Do you want to hit that real quick?
Yeah, what's up with that?
This is very clever marketing wise for Home Depot, but they put out yesterday, hey, mark your calendars. We're putting up limited quantities of our Skelly, plus some new Halloween decoration additions.
Now, that's the big skeleton that's like 2 stories.
That's the 12-foot skeleton decoration that probably sold out in a lot of places because it's so cool. You got 12-foot skeleton in your yard. Can't go wrong with it.
Yeah.
So they said, well, based on how popular this is, we're going to release another one in April. They're selling Halloween decorations online only in April. But they also released not only Skelly, but they put a bunch of other fun stuff out.
They gave it a name?
Yeah, Skelly. Yeah. So the 2024 lineup, it now includes a 7-foot skeleton dog.
Okay.
For $200. You can get a 7-foot animated LED Frankenstein monster for $250 bucks. Obviously, the 12-foot Skelly for $300. And then you can get a 12.5-foot giant-sized Inferno Deadwood skeleton, which I have no idea what that is, but it sounds cool, for $380.
I think they're missing the opportunity here.
No,
I think the missed opportunity is, why has Disney not come in and said, we're going to do a Jack Skellington?
Oh,
because I would totally buy a Jack Skellington that has removable outfits, like a Barbie. It has removable outfits that I can put the Halloween outfit on.
Yeah.
And then I can take that down and put the Christmas, put his little Santa Claus.
Yeah.
And the same thing with the dog.
Santa Claus. You got Easter. You could dress him up as Uncle Sam on Independence Day.
Yep.
Love it.
Yeah, I think they're missing out on that opportunity, the holidays, to be able to capitalize on those 2 holidays.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine they probably already came up with that idea. And one of the Disney execs said, you want us to sell a 12-foot Jack Skellington?
Yeah.
Who in the world in America would buy that? Well, Home Depot figured it out.
You've never been to a Disney meeting. They say, what are we going to do? Oh, we're going to put this out there. Everyone will buy this. Get it out there. It seemed probably just too easy for them.
Yeah, they missed an opportunity.
Yeah. So, anyways, so
get
if you
ready
want to
for
get
Halloween.
so you got Christmas in July. What do you got? Halloween in May?
Halloween in April, May. Yeah.
Geez.
Yeah. But I like the 7-foot dog, a 7-foot skeleton dog. And it looks happy and friendly.
It's basically the skeleton of Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Yes. Yeah.
Creepy.
Kind of small version of that.
Kind of creepy. I don't like it. All right. We'll get to news, sports, and your Bloomberg Market Minute is all next.
Loan rates are trending downward.
And as if the availability of Skelly wasn't enough, it includes 8 different Life Eyes technology settings that allow the figure to move its eyes and blink.
Nope.
Yeah.
Don't like it.
Yeah. So it can probably see when you're coming up the driveway or up the sidewalk, and it'll like look over at you, going. Yeah.
So a lot of these are so tall that you can probably see into your 2nd-story bedroom.
Yep.
So that would freak me out. I wake up in the middle of the night and all of a sudden I'm like, God, skeleton staring at me.
Tapping on the window. With AI, anything's possible, right?
I will say we have considered getting that giant skeleton before.
Now's your time.
Yeah.
This sounds like a Home Depot ad. I trust me, it is not. I just found it interesting.
That's the biggest thing that I mean, of course, it's all about the money grab for holidays and for all these companies and them pushing the holidays into other holidays.
Yeah.
So you're telling me before the 4th of July, you've got Halloween stuff already out.
Before Memorial Day.
Before Memorial Day, yeah.
It's insane.
So you got American flags over here, skeletons over here.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I mean, I was upset when all the Christmas stuff was out. Like it was like way early. Like it was like Halloween decorations over here, Christmas decorations over here. Usually there's a little bit of a changeover.
Yeah,
but no, they were just like, oh, we'll just put them all out there. I was talking to somebody the other day. Is what I really don't understand is when it comes to candy for all of the different holidays that have candy. You know, you got Christmas, you got Halloween, you got Easter. Why they decided to get rid of the discount candy? Like,
yes,
at a certain point, say this is now 50% off. Clear the shelves. They clear them off way before, and they don't really offer that much of a discount.
What do you think they're doing with it?
I don't know. I mean, with candy corn, I know exactly what they're doing. They're just throwing it back in the in the bucket and then bringing it out next year.
Candy corn is kind of like fine wine. You store it, you let it age, it just gets better.
Yeah,
finer with age. Love candy corn.
I watched the Food That Built America, and they were talking about making candy corn.
Oh no!
And I think that was the only time they made it.
They made it once.
The company went out of business in 1905, but somehow candy corn is still out there.
It's amazing.
Just recycling it.
Do you want to show your the people on the live stream your treasure?
Oh yeah. So I said to Ken, hey, pick up some Spotted Cow beer on your way because it's only available in Wisconsin. And I thought 6-pack.
Yeah.
You got me a ginormous 12-pack,
and it's bottles.
Yeah,
bottles. Yeah. I'm informed that the bottles are better than the cans.
Yeah, I
tastes better out of a bottle.
I have had it in a can only like once, and it is good. A little more convenient if you are going somewhere, pop it in a cooler or whatever. But it's gonna take me a while because I do not drink beer often. I don't really drink anything often, so it's gonna take me a while to get through that. So I may have to invite some friends over.
Yeah, well, do that. Throw one at the neighbor or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
But getting it was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. How much time do we have here?
We have 30 seconds.
Okay, well, let's say hi to people instead, and then I'll save that story for right after.
Yes, we will.
So let's see. We've got Diane there. Hello,
Bill
Diane.
says Christmas decorations out on Labor Day.
Yeah. Hey, Bill.
Good morning. Diane says a huge skeleton in Buchanan during Halloween.
Love it. Is it posted near the big flag? I love that they hang the big flag over Main Street.
Oh yeah,
in Buchanan every Independence Day.
All right, here we go.
All right.
The Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on 94.9 WSJM.
Just past 7:30. Good morning. It's Friday, April 26th. April is just flying by. And they say April showers bring May flowers. Let's hope, because we're getting decent amount of rain this month. That's going to continue today. Some clouds, 50-50 chance for some rain in the afternoon, at the high of 66. Then later on tonight, some more clouds, 80% chance for some rain with a low down to 58. We'll talk beer in a little bit.
We'll talk beer. We can talk about Walmart. You said you recycle your Walmart bags.
I do.
Let's talk about where those actually go. Found out. Got some new information.
Well, thank you for doing that. I am
absolutely.
I am. Are
you intrigued?
Waiting at bated breath. Yes.
Yeah.
And
you're not going to be happy.
I'm sure I won't be. But we'll talk about it because I'm sure other people want to know as well. But right now, let's find out what's happening in the news.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
In the WSJM Newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. Good morning. Here are some of the local stories we're following for you today. As we've been reporting this week, Whirlpool Corporation, headquartered in Benton Harbor, is planning to lay off about 1,000 salaried workers globally. That information from a Reuters interview with Whirlpool CFO Jim Peters. It's not yet known how many of those employees are located here currently in the Benton Harbor area, and the company has not informed all affected employees. But according to sources, those announcements of job layoffs are expected to begin early next week. As we've reported, the company announced the first round of layoffs in March with the promise of a second wave to be completed by early May. And the company is telling shareholders they'll find about $400 million in cost cuts this year. Whirlpool has about 59,000 employees around the globe. It also reported a 3.4% drop in its first quarter net sales. Now, Whirlpool's stock has taken a big hit in recent days. They closed yesterday just under $95 per share. That's down 26% over the past year. There are several contested primaries for Berrien County elected office coming up this August. Speaking Thursday, Berrien County Clerk Sharon Tyler announced not only is she retiring from being the county clerk, but she's going to run for county commission. And a lot of other people are running for county commission as well. And it's going to be a lot of Republicans trying to unseat current sitting Republicans. So we'll talk more about that at 8 o'clock. It's going to be a very busy time for Republicans in Berrien County between now and August.
So you'll be hearing a lot of political ads, I'm sure.
Let's, probably. And then finally, the Berrien County Trial Court is taking applications for a new prosecutor. As we reported here on WSJM, the court received a letter of resignation from prosecuting attorney Steve Perangeli effective June 3rd. The Michigan Constitution requires that the county circuit court judges fill a vacancy in the elected office of prosecutor until there's an election. So the court has announced applications for the office of prosecuting attorney for Berrien County will be accepted until the close of business on May 17. Anyone wishing to be considered should submit a letter of interest with a resume and a completed personal questionnaire for the judges. The questionnaire can be found on Berrien County's website. The judges will later interview finalists for the post and make their appointment. The election for Berrien County prosecutor this November will feature Republican Amy Byrd versus Democrat Trevor Mavial. In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg.
Dave Wolf has sports in just a moment. Right now, let's find out what's happening around the state.
The Michigan News Network.
I'm Beth.
All right. Looking at the Stearns Park Beach, the top beach in Ludington.
Yeah, what do you think?
Looks pretty nice. Pretty nice. I love that area. I mean, there's so many great spots in Michigan, but I love the lighthouse.
Yeah.
That Ludington lighthouse, pretty sweet. I mean, ours is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's if you've ever get a chance, visit all the other lighthouses. And take that little lighthouse tour to the other places, because of course there's usually a cool lighthouse, probably a good beach connected it somewhere. But I always loved those, the postcards with the different Michigan lighthouses in them.
I used to report on the Indiana congressional delegation, and one of the congressmen was fascinated. His district was totally landlocked.
Mm-hmm.
But he had a fascination with lighthouses, and he collected anything and everything lighthouses.
Really?
Because they were just that cool to him. And they are cool.
Yeah.
And I love the actual houses that are connected to the lighthouses.
Yeah.
Those are, I mean, that would be my dream job, is doing this show from a lighthouse.
Yeah, like
can we do that?
Like The Fog?
Yeah. Yeah.
The classic?
Exactly.
Having a radio station at the top of the lighthouse.
But Big Sable Lighthouse at Ludington State Park looks like kind of what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Yeah, those houses in the lighthouse would be neat.
Yeah.
You know, like Puff the Magic Dragon?
I know.
Was it Pete's Dragon? He lived in a lighthouse?
Probably.
I can't remember.
But Harry Potter's there was a scene in the first Harry Potter where they were in a lighthouse, right? Where he started getting some of the owl messages. You Harry Potter?
Possibly.
Harry Potter fan?
I've seen the first one.
Okay. Yeah, there was a lighthouse in that.
And I think I've seen the second one, but I did not read the books. That was past my time.
They're fun books.
Yeah, I just never got into them.
Yeah. Does Jocelyn sell a lot of those?
She does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she had quite a lot of them. I think she still does. Yeah, random ones, not the whole set, but the some of the popular sets in the book, because there's 7 books. The 7th book is massive.
Is it?
Yeah. It's like, I mean, a lot of them are pretty thick.
Yeah, they are. Wonder if it's even more massive. That's interesting.
All right. And it always throws me off that the name of the first book is different in the UK and here.
Is
you
it?
have the Philosopher's Stone and you have the Sorcerer's Stone.
Why do they call it the Philosopher's Stone?
I don't know. It's different.
That's intriguing. Huh. Did not know that.
Yep. Learn something new every day on this fine award-winning program.
Every day.
I was teaching kids about because I learned the other day when we were doing the high school radio day.
Yeah.
Each kid has different sections of things that they do. They'll do like National Day. So they'll just figure out what's going on, a special holiday, weird holiday, or anything that's happening that day. Some of them will do historical things. Some do sports. Some do entertainment. Some do tech news, all kinds of different things. And we were talking with one group of kids about pigs in a blanket. Because apparently on Wednesday, it was pigs in a blanket day.
Really?
Yeah. And so they gave a little history about pigs in a blanket when it was first
I like that.
showed up. It was interesting though, because it had been invented, so they say, in like Czechoslovakia years ago.
Pigs in a blanket were invented in Czechoslovakia?
But it was first published in a cookbook, a Betty Crocker cookbook, in like 1957.
Huh.
So, yeah.
Do you want to hear about my sojourn with your beer?
Sure. Do you want to talk about that on the radio, or do you want to talk about it on this?
We can keep it exclusive content, and then we can get to the
bags
on the
time?
air.
Okay, yeah.
But so as we mentioned, Johnny said spotted cow only available in Wisconsin.
Yep.
And I thought
An exclusive thing.
I was doing a head scratcher, going, huh? Well, I've never heard of spotted beer. Something that's only available in Wisconsin, and Johnny likes it. I'm going to go find this.
Yeah, it's a cool thing. A lot of people will say, if anybody's going to Wisconsin, they'll always say, grab some spotted cow. Like, even if they're not big beer drinkers, they're like, well, you got to get spotted cow, because that's the allure.
What does it taste like?
It's just a light. It's a farmhouse ale, so it's just like a light, smooth beer.
Okay.
It's delicious.
It's not like an IPA or anything. It's just
it's not
a regular.
bitter, no, it's just nice and smooth.
Okay. All right. So I also wanted to see, because I've never been in until yesterday, a Quick Trip.
Yeah.
And so I was driving out of Madison, and all I wanted to do was like get on the road and just get, my bearings set and everything else, and then find a Quick Trip. And so I passed the first Quick Trip because I couldn't get over in time. Passed a few more exits where there were no Quick Trips. Finally found the Quick Trip.
I'm surprised, because them being a Wisconsin-based company, I would think that there would just be one on every corner.
Well, it was on the highway. I was on, I think, 39 going south till I could pick up 90. And it was about every 4 exits. I feel like there was one. So it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. Okay. But so I got into a Quick Trip, topped off the tank just for kicks, went inside to go get a snack, and the spotted cow. I look around, and there's no beer.
Weird. Where was it?
Well, I said, I went up to the counter. I said, hey, you guys sell beer here? And she says, no, honey, I'm sorry. But just around the corner, we sell it out of that Quick Trip. And I said, well, and she said, yeah, just go out, turn to the right, and you'll see it. It's another Quick Trip. It's like, okay.
Is Wisconsin one of those states that they regulate?
I don't know.
Keep things separate?
I don't know. So I walk out and I get in the car and I drive. And sure enough, after I pass a Target, a couple of fast food joints and something else, there's a Quick Trip, another Quick Trip. And it's the exact same thing, except I go inside. It's a little bigger, and it's got a drink counter and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Go through the whole thing again. No beer. Where the heck's the beer? So I go up to the counter. Hey, you sell beer here? Oh, not in this store, but right next door. It's connected, but it's separate.
It's connected. Okay.
Connected, but separate. And so it was like a liquor store.
Okay.
Because all they sold were wine, spirits, and beer. And they had a big old beer cave and everything else.
That's so weird. I didn't know that.
Me either.
Because
I went
here,
to 3
Michigan,
places.
Yeah.
The bottom line is, Johnny, I went 3 places to get your spot.
Well, now I do have to give you money.
No, you don't.
No, I gotta give you a convenience fee.
No, it was because it was a fun experience for me to go into Quick Trip and see it. And they always and at the end of it, what was the saying? Like, well, we'll see you next time.
Yep.
Yeah.
See you next time.
And they all said that.
Yep.
So that was fun.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that it's simple. It's a simple response, but it's so impactful because of the fact that, yes, I will be back. Like we already know that you love it so much that you will come back.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's true. And they had, my road trip staples, kombucha and Pringles. Yeah.
Nice.
Great car stuff. Now I have to vacuum out the car.
Sounds like a very stinky trip. That's great though.
Yeah.
Did they have you didn't grab ice cream or anything like that?
I saw the ice cream. I didn't grab it.
Their ice cream is award winning. And their chocolate milk is like their chocolate milk wins world competitions for chocolate milk.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yep.
Oh.
So
maybe I'll go back.
You'll be back.
I'll be back. They'll see me next time.
See you next time.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to it.
And high temperatures around 75. I'm meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
Hi, this is Pat Moody, and you're listening to The Morning Show with Jonny Ken on 94.9 WSJM.
Be part of the show anytime. You can call 925-WSJM. You can email let's talk at WSJM.com. We're on our Facebook, YouTube, and X. We've been having a good conversation, exclusive content that's happening over there. So if you have not had a chance to watch our live stream, get to know what the show is like, it's a different perspective, I will say, of getting to know the show, the behind the scenes of everything that's going on. When you can see and hear, it's a different experience. Because I've had people say that I see in the community, they're like, you know what? Because when you had first started, they were like, I never seen Ken's face. I had not seen him around town. I hadn't had the pleasure of meeting him yet. And then I watch your guys' live stream. Looks different.
Oh, look different than I sound?
Yeah.
What do I sound like?
I think they said you look older.
I look older?
You look older than you sound.
I thought they said I looked younger.
Isn't
that what they said at the Rotary? Yeah.
You look younger. I don't know. You just look old to me.
Very good.
Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, it's a different experience. So we can't hide away from anybody.
Yeah.
The whole face for radio thing doesn't work out anymore. It's
blown
gone
out. Yeah.
But you were mentioning what was it? What was Monday? Was Earth Day, wasn't it?
It was.
And recycling and reducing.
Well,
and,
it might have been
reusing.
Like over the weekend, but anyway, but yes.
It feels like it for you because you'd been gone. But so you mentioned, I mentioned actually that I recycle my grocery bags.
Yes.
Where does my recycled grocery bags go?
Well, so you were very, very much of the thought that Walmart, right? Is Walmart?
They'll reuse it, yeah.
That they reuse the bags, and sometimes they recycle them into their reflective greeter vests or their parking lot attendants and recycle them some other way. So that Walmart always had its doors open, or always has its doors open for people to recycle the bags.
Sure.
So you take the bags back there and you think you're doing something good for the environment.
I feel great.
You're feeling great. Be ready, because there's been an 18-month investigation by ABC News.
Oh, great.
On what happens to the plastic bags after you drop them off for recycling at Walmart.
Okay. Where do they go?
They, let's see, ABC News and some of its affiliated and owned stations secured 46 digital tracking devices to the plastic bags.
Okay.
And they deployed them at Walmart and Target store drop-off recycling bins across 10 states. ABC News then monitored the trackers for months and checked each facility that they pinged to ensure that the trackers had likely not been detected, been contaminated, been blown up on their journey. And ultimately, the vast majority of trackers never pinged from a plastic bag recycling facility. Most of them ended up, according to ABC News's investigation, again, looking at this for 18 months, they ended up in landfills or incinerators. And in some places, they ended up polluting the environment in all the way from, from wherever they were recycled to Indonesia.
What?
Ending up in Indonesia.
Weird.
Yes.
So they're
plastic
not turning
bags
into vests.
No, the plastic bags that you meant to have recycled.
Yeah.
You deliver them from Niles, Michigan to the local Walmart, and it ends up in Indonesia.
and not into vests or into reused things. And so am I going to get something out of this? Am I going to get some money?
I don't know what you're going to get other than some dissatisfaction.
Yeah.
Despite months, ABC News says, despite months of attempting to arrange an interview with a Walmart representative, the company has declined. In classic news journalism fashion, they waited for an event where the sustainability officer for Walmart was going to be at a public venue.
There you go.
And they did the ambush, and they said, hey, here's this information. What do you have for us? Walmart's chief sustainability officer said to ABC News at the time, hey, if you want to get into it, I'm happy to meet with you and go through what we're doing. They set a date for the interview. The company canceled and then declined to answer questions.
Of course.
Other than delivering one statement. We strive to do the right thing. And while our bag recycling program isn't perfect, it does provide access to recycling for millions of customers across the country. So they're still saying that they recycle. They say the companies we contract with report that the overwhelming majority of the mixed recycling materials we provide, including thousands of tons of plastic bags, are fit to be recycled and by contract sent out for that purpose, though contaminated materials cannot be recycled. And then they put in the statement, for example, ABC's trackers could themselves be considered bag contaminants. So here's what happens. Yeah, here's what happens. Here's what happens. If you have your bags delivered to a recycling facility, the machines can say, okay, this is, they're scanning it, just like we get scanned at TSA for the airports. They scan it and they say, plastic, foreign material, and they throw it out to somewhere else to go into the trash. That's why they say, don't put other materials in your plastic bottle before you throw it in recycling.
Right.
Because that could trigger it to go to a landfill other than going to recycling. So bottom line is, not everything you send into recycle gets recycled.
Yeah.
ABC News has some questions. Walmart says, hey, you contaminated the bags. That's why they went to Indonesia.
Yeah, and in summary, or to read between the lines here, one of the world's largest companies doesn't want to maximize or sacrifice profit for being able to take care of all this stuff, because you say, oh, well, it's contaminated. Oh, because it had a little bit of Coca-Cola that spilled in the bag, or
was the tracker.
The tracker, which was probably made from recycled plastic.
It could have been. It could have been.
It's probably one of those tiny little chip kind of little bag tags.
I'm imagining an Apple tag.
Yeah, I was thinking that at first, but I bet it's a little bit more discreet
Smaller
than that. Is probably
could be.
So
yeah, it could be.
But yeah, even that though, it's like, okay, well that comes off the bag. It's it's contaminated. We can't use the whole entire bag.
So
all right. Well, thanks for that.
Yeah.
Alex on our Facebook page says, I'm entitled to compensation for all those bag deliveries. I mean, so now I guess we try as much as we can to, if we have the reusable bags.
Yeah.
That's what I want them to do. Can they just make the bags into bags? Like make them into the more sturdy, recyclable, reusable bags?
Yeah.
That's what makes sense to me. You make
shiny.
I don't care about the vest for all your workers. That's cool. That's cool. That's nice. But
you want bags.
Yeah, reusable bags that I can bring in, and then start to get to a point where you don't need those plastic bags anymore because all of your customers have the reusable ones.
Yeah. Some communities have put a deposit on bags, or just a fee for bags, flat out fee.
Yeah.
To try to drive
you have
change.
Companies like Aldi that you have to pay for any sort of bag that you buy. So I don't know. We'll see if they end up changing, having a change of heart at some point and switching up things. But
but it's an interesting report. ABC News did it. I'm sure they'll have more of it on their website. So check it out.
I like their and a great tactic of let's show up for the climate, because I bet they were going to talk about it. I bet they were going to talk about how much they have done for the environment, and then ABC News just went, hang on a second, hold that thought. But yeah, anyways, we'll get to your Moody on the Market update here in just a moment. It's the morning show on 94.9 WSJM.
For Moody on the Market, let's do Garden Club plant sale for next month.
Plant sale.
Plans plant sale.
Yeah.
Had a bratwurst yesterday.
What?
It was a
Not
vegan.
A real
it was
bratwurst.
it was a real bratwurst. It was just
no. You
vegan.
had a not worst.
And it was not the worst. It was really good, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm pescatarian and I try not to make a deal of it. But
It wasn't a fish dog?
No, it wasn't a fish dog. That would have been good though.
Mm.
And so the organizers knew that there were people in the group who were either vegetarian or pescatarian or gluten-free or whatever. And University of Wisconsin apparently takes great pride in offering the selection.
Mm.
And so when the person greeted us at the door where we were having lunch yesterday, she said, all right, you're in for a treat today, barbecue. And I went, oh.
Yeah.
It's like, but I got in there and they had barbecued up black bean burgers and the knotwurst.
Nice.
And it was so good.
No jackfruit?
No
jackfruit pulled pork? That would have been nice.
No jackfruit pulled pork, but it was super delicious.
Jocelyn did say she likes she does not hate the pay idea that you were talking about with the plastic bags.
Yeah.
She said, I'm always inclined to remember my bags for Aldi.
Sure.
So,
yeah.
Yeah. That's delicious. I bet that was really good.
Mustard,
I would try it.
Relish, sauerkraut. It was tasty.
Yeah, you got to have even if you don't eat meat, you got to have some sort of bratwurst in Wisconsin.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Teresa says, welcome back.
Thank you, Teresa. Hello.
Did you have a good time?
I did. I had a very nice time.
A lot of hotel, or not a hotel, because I keep thinking this, because I've had training. When I had training, it was in a hotel conference room.
Oh, yeah.
For something. But then you actually were at the University of Wisconsin-Madison.
That's true. That's right. University of Wisconsin-Madison, and got to check out the bookstore.
Ooh.
That's fun.
Ooh.
And there they had all kinds of fun stuff. It's a very dangerous place for me, but
I bet.
I withheld. I did not buy everything I wanted to buy.
Did they make you buy a Wisconsin shirt?
They did not. I thought I was going to have to, but I got out of there.
9 WSJM.
When you want to know Southwest Michigan's business, look no further. We got you covered at moodyonthemarket.com and the Moody on the Market app. Our team of contributors always on it, getting you business news. Southwest Michigan and why we love it here, like that wonderful beach voting. Is that also on moodyonthemarket.com? We should put that over there. But also interesting people you should know. And right now we're looking for best places to work. So if you know of a great business that you would consider the best place to work, feel free to nominate them at moodyonthemarket.com. Your update brought to you by our friends at Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners agency with locations in St. Joseph and in Niles.
And talking about one of the reasons we love Southwest Michigan, because of the plant varieties we have available to us from a number of different providers every spring. And the River Valley Garden Club is planning its annual plant sale. It's coming up May 18th.
Nice.
Yeah, the club's Elizabeth Poulos tells us that this is the 16th year for the sale, which always attracts a great crowd.
She said they have about 100 members in their club, and many of them have gardens where they have perennials that they can dig themselves and pot and bring them to the plant sale. She went on to say that the plant sale has quite a few unusual plants that you might not find at your local garden center. And she says the bigger stores don't often have the plants that are native to Southwest Michigan. So this is a pretty important thing.
Yeah, Palulis says there's a big push right now in native plants, which means plants that are native, that have been here in Michigan, probably at the time of the American Indians, and they're very good for the bees, the butterflies, and they're very hard to find. So the proceeds from the plant sale support a scholarship that benefits a River Valley or Bridgman High School graduate who's studying horticulture. So keeping it going forward. The sale will be May 18th at the Harbert Community Park from 10 a.m. to noon. Paululis recommends getting there early, as the plants often find their way out really quickly.
I'll have to go check that out.
Yeah. So if you want to read about that article some more, check out the dates, check out the information. It's right there posted at moodyonthemarket.com.
I like the plants that the unusual plants that you wouldn't be able to find. Yeah.
I wonder what those are.
Because that's the thing too, is about, as she mentioned, about the native plants and and even just the plants that will grow well here regionally.
Yes.
there's all the times you go to the big box garden centers and you're like, that probably will end up dying pretty quickly.
It's so frustrating.
Yeah. So we always try in our garden, we always try to find stuff that is either a native plant or good for the environment in our area. So check it all out. It's about that time to start planting, just around Mother's Day.
Almost. There was like frost on some of the yards
yesterday
this week.
morning. Yeah, not so good. Well, your Moody on the Market update is brought to you by our friends at Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners agency with locations in St. Joseph and in Niles.
Rich Brand and Tarek Halsey of
All right, folks, that about does it for the live stream.
Wow. Feels like a Monday.
I bet. Feels like, no, it should feel like a Tuesday for you.
For a Tuesday?
Well, I guess.
Or like a Saturday.
I could see how it feels like a Monday because you had the training and all that stuff in the middle of the week. Yeah. I was kind of thinking that it was going to be a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So then you at least had the weekend to decompress a little bit.
That'd have been nice.
But you just had to pretty much come right back and get right back into it.
Yeah. So full day Monday. And then on top of that, driving over to Madison.
Which is what? 4 hours?
It's by a map, it's 4 hours. If you have to factor in Chicago traffic, 5.5 hours. And I think I was on the long end of that yesterday because the traffic was so bad. And I thought because of the time we were getting out, it's like it's a little later, but it should be enough time for Chicago traffic to clear out a little bit. Usually the commute lasts maybe 90 minutes.
Yeah.
But nope.
Well, and there's no easy way to get around that or through that. And there's really no way of gauging the time because you always think like, oh, when people are getting off work, the rush hours, you're like, oh, I'm going to hit that window. And of course, you go at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon or 7 o'clock in the evening and you're still.
Yeah, both ways. I hit traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I really, really, really love, and that reminds me, I love the boothless tolls.
Ooh, that helps too.
Because I can just cruise right on through. Cover up my license plates, do the James Bond thing.
Yeah, that's not. But you've got one of the.
No, you just drive through and it takes a picture of your license plate, and then I have the app.
Oh, okay.
And then it registers and sends me how much toll I owe.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you don't have to have the iPass thing?
No more iPass necessary. Yeah, it's so cool. They just have the big bars over the thing saying you can pay using iPass or you can pay online, but you got 14 days to pay after it registers you in the system. Otherwise, you get a big nasty bill.
That's pretty convenient though.
Yeah,
and it's all through an app.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is cool. Chicago found a way to get more money.
Shows how much driving I do in other states. All right, everybody. You have a great day. Have a great weekend.
Yes.
Like Teresa says, have a wonderful weekend.
Yep.
Thanks, Teresa. And thanks to everybody else. You have a good one, and we will talk to you next week.
Monday. See y'all.